Liam Hayes was the kind of man glossy magazines loved to write about. Tall, always impeccably dressed, with a dazzling smile. He owned a major construction corporation and knew exactly how to impress any audience. To the press, he was the successful, charismatic CEO. To investors, a reliable, visionary partner, and to women, he was the embodiment of a dream. When he married Emma, many were surprised. She was beautiful, yes, but unlike the models and socialites he had previously surrounded himself with, Emma seemed modest, simple clothing. A calm way of speaking, no desire to attend high-profile parties. It seemed Liam had chosen her for exactly that, the quiet and warmth she brought into his chaotic, deal-filled world. At first, their marriage appeared solid. They laughed a lot, traveled together, and shared long, intimate conversations late at night. But as the months passed, Liam's restlessness began to resurface. The glitz and excitement of his high-profile lifestyle called to him again. He began attending more business events, staying out late, and Emma, now pregnant with their first child, noticed his phone seemed permanently glued to his hand, and always turned face down. One rainy Thursday evening, Liam came home unusually early. Emma, in the kitchen preparing dinner, turned with a smile, but his expression was cold, almost rehearsed. "We need to talk," he said, setting his briefcase down. She froze. "About what?" "About us," he replied, avoiding her eyes. "I've met someone else. I want a divorce." The words hit like a physical blow. Emma felt her knees weaken. "I'm pregnant, Liam. Our baby." "I know," he interrupted, his tone hard. "But this is what I want. I've fallen in love with someone else. Her name's Madison. She's a model." Emma's heart pounded. She wanted to scream, to throw something, to demand why he was doing this now. But the lump in her throat wouldn't let the words out. Liam explained, as if reading from a script, that Madison understood his lifestyle, that they were more compatible, and that he would provide financial support for the child. Days later, the tabloids exploded with headlines. CEO Liam Hayes, seen with stunning model Madison Cole. Paparazzi photos showed them arm in arm, laughing, sipping champagne. Emma, meanwhile, quietly moved out of their penthouse into a smaller, more private home on the outskirts of the city. What Liam didn't know, what no one knew, was that Emma wasn't just some ordinary woman he had married on a whim. She was the only daughter of the late Richard Sterling, founder of Sterling Innovations, one of the largest privately held tech companies in the country. After her father's sudden death, Emma inherited a controlling share of the company. But she had chosen to remain in the background, leaving day-to-day operations to the board while living a simple, quiet life. She had never told Liam. She wanted to be loved for herself, not her last name or her inheritance. But now, as she sat alone in her modest living room, one hand on her pregnant belly, she realized something. Liam had thrown away not only his marriage, but a connection to one of the most influential tech empires in the industry. Weeks later, Emma was invited to a high-profile tech summit, an event she had attended quietly for years under her maiden name, Emma Sterling. Wearing a sleek navy dress and with her growing baby bump visible, she walked into the grand ballroom. The moment she stepped inside, industry leaders greeted her warmly. Cameras flashed. And then, across the room, she saw him. Liam, standing, with Madison, laughing with a group of investors. His laughter stopped mid-breath when he saw her recognition flickering into confusion. Emma excused herself from her conversation and walked directly to the center stage, where the event host had just introduced her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new acting chairwoman of Sterling Innovations, Emma Sterling. A. Ripple of shock moved through the crowd. Liam's face drained of color. Madison, clearly unaware of Emma's identity until this moment, whispered something to him, but he didn't respond. Emma smiled as she took the microphone. "It's an honor to step into this role," she said calmly. Has always been about vision, integrity, and loyalty, values I hold deeply in my personal and professional life. Her eyes flicked briefly toward Liam. "We believe in partnerships that last, built on trust and respect." The applause was thunderous. Liam's jaw tightened. Suddenly understood that he hadn't just lost his wife, he had alienated one of the most powerful figures in the tech industry. And now, she was in a position to influence partnerships that his own company desperately needed. In the weeks that followed, Sterling Innovations quietly withdrew from a multi-million-dollar joint venture with Hayes Construction. Citing a change in strategic priorities, investors began asking questions. Rumors spread. Liam reached out to Emma, calls, emails, even flowers delivered to her new home, but she ignored them all. One afternoon. Months later, Emma gave birth to a healthy baby girl. As she held her daughter, she felt a calm sense of closure. She didn't need revenge. She already had everything she truly cared about. And Liam, he was left to learn, in the most public way possible, that power and status mean nothing without loyalty.